You guys had a lot of detractors for the majority of the season. You started off rough by missing the preseason, and you had a lot of people saying that you weren't going to do much in the league. You proved all of them wrong by making it to the grand finals. What was it like for you guys to make it to this stage after you had so many people thinking that you wouldn't make it, and you had so many people saying that you weren't going to be anything coming into the season, to make it here and actually, fight against the London Spitfire and then not win? How do you guys feel about your season going, like, from the way it started?
오버워치 리그 시즌이 처음 시작되면서는 좀 많은 분들이 필라델피아에 대한 이렇게 좀 좋다고 얘기를 하지는 않은 것 같은데, 그걸 다 이제 그런 편견을 다 부수고 파이널 경기까지 하면서 런던과 싸우면서 여기까지 온 거에 대한 소감 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
I don't think making it to playoffs or finals has been any different from the whole inaugural season. I feel like every stage, or a lot of matches too, the odds were a lot of time against us, by a lot of people. So I think we're used to fighting everyone else and pretty much just being the own unit and pushing forward as much as we can. And our journey, obviously, coming to the grand finals has been a long one, but it's just one season, and we're gonna come back stronger next season too.
This question's for Kirby. What was it like to game plan against players that were going above and beyond their normal gameplay, like Prophet, especially yesterday? What was the strategy going into today to try to remedy players that were basically popping off?
Well, the preparation for a week like this is actually really tough because we have a lot of obligation that are not linked to the game. So the entire week you're kind of going through the motions and figuring out, realizing that you do have a game at the end of this week, right? So in that sense, the preparation is just kind of front loaded based on what we've been working on since the start of our playoff preparation, right? And so yesterday, obviously, we had some issues. We tried to do some micro adjustment going in today's match. I think it took us a bit too long to really get into the series. And by the third map on Kings Row, we were really in there. We made a few mistakes, and in the end, they're a great team, so they punished our mistakes in both matches yesterday and today. So it's a short answer. It's very tough. They're amazing players and a great team.
Hi, this is Stefano from Gazzetta dello Sport. When yesterday you arrived here, you looked very shocked. It took like 3 questions for one of you to answer. For the first question, the first 2 questions were answered for someone else. So the question is, from the outside, the sensation is that you lost the match yesterday, and today you just arrived to the match with, I'm saying, with a different mood than probably you should have had. You should have been probably more aggressive or more, I don't know, charged up, I would say. But probably this is my impression from the outside. Even now that you lost the match, anyway, congratulations to being the second best in the world. You look more relaxed than yesterday. I know it sounds strange from the outside. So I just wanted to know if it is my impression or if it's true or not.
I think like yesterday everyone was really shut down because it was really hard the way we lost. We had in our hands to play a 5th map and we threw it. I made a huge mistake, for example, so we were shut down. And today we came with a different mentality, with a better mentality, and we played like really happy and we tried our best. And it took so long for us on in-game to adapt to what they were doing, but we never lost the positive, being positive in-game. So that's why today we are not that shut down, because we tried our best and it didn't work. They were better, but I think the attitude has been really good today.
I think the difference between yesterday and today was pretty much that yesterday it wasn't over yet, even though we lost, and we were not shut down. I don't agree with Neptune. I feel like everyone just had a one-on-one with themselves, and to look back in the match and not be upset that we lost, but mostly about what to do better in the next match. And I believe that's how my teammates felt, and that's the difference. Now we don't have anything to think about, just the future, just the next season. That's why we're relaxed.
Tim K from The Ticket in Dallas. It looks like on the first 2 maps you guys were a completely different team compared to Kings Row after halftime. What were some of the halftime discussions or adjustments that were made?
좀 halftime 도중에 좀 작전이나 이런 거에 변경이 있었다면 그거에 대해서 좀만 더 설명을 해줬으면 좋겠습니다.
The difference between the first two maps and Kings Row was pretty much that on Junkertown we started the map with a good momentum, but we lost the map mostly about individual mistakes and picks. That's where they had the upper hand, but I feel like on the 50-50 fights we had the advantage. So it was mostly us, not playing, discipline, but we did play good in terms of our communication and ults. I feel like we're, up to par with them. And coming into the next matches, I feel like in the next map, I think Jester and Fury were just, unstoppable in a way. And we didn't adapt fast enough in the map. And so that pretty much gave them the free win right there. They just created so much space that no one could do anything, no one in our team. So we lost as a team in the second map. And coming into the third map, we just, we had nothing to lose. It was pretty much just all or nothing. So we went like for the most aggressive plans. We didn't think, we just acted. And it took us a slight time to adapt. Our timing was kind of off in the start of Kings Row, but our mentality was right. And, London was just better, so they won.
So in esports, regardless of result, usually even if it's the second or third place team, many teams disband and they move on in the following season. When you as players are evaluating your options for next season as this league gets bigger with more teams and obviously existing teams will look for new players, what do you want to, or what are you considering as you choose whether to stay together or to move on?
다음 시즌에서 쉽게 말하면 다음 시즌이 되면서 혹시 뭐 선수분들 개개인들은 이 팀으로 계속 가고 싶으신지 아니면 좀 이적을 하고 싶은 생각이 있으신지 여쭤보고 계시네요.
I don't know about my teammates or I don't know about the future, but one thing that I do know is that I want to grow with Fusion. This is where I started. This is the only team that gave me a chance for someone unknown like me. So this is not the end for me. I hope so in Fusion, and I want to keep growing. And all the fans that support me, I wouldn't leave them. And I don't know about my teammates, but next year I would like to be in Fusion, and I would like to prove myself even more and grow even more as a player and grow the brand and grow my team and be, with my teammates because they're like family to me.
Hi, this is Nick from Inven. So now that the season's over, was there any feelings of relief when that game finally ended and now that you guys sit here and you realize that you have some time to breathe and you have some time before you guys even think about maybe playing competitive Overwatch again? Is there any feelings of relief?
I mean, there's always that feeling when you finish the season because we don't have to think about next game or be like pressure. So I feel like right now everyone is more like relief, just more chill than yesterday. We don't have anything to think about more in game, so just relax and enjoy.
Hey guys, Owen Goff from The Express in London. Commiserations, Lucky. Boombox, I wonder if you can give me an idea of how you've grown and what kind of lessons you've learned across the season.
One thing I've noticed from this season is it's really important to build synergy with teammates and friendship. As a team, we've grown individually and together, and I feel like we've got to a stage, even though we lost, where we're all happy with our season's results.
Hey, Hunter with Blizzard. You guys obviously have been playing in Los Angeles all season long, but there was obviously a huge crowd here supporting you guys tonight from Philly. I was wondering if this experience at the Grand Finals has made your association with Philly and your sort of love for the fans grow, if that's changed over the course of the season, what you expect for next season.
항상 이렇게 LA에서 경기를 하긴 했지만은 수많은 필라델피아 팬들이 항상 여러분들을 응원하고 있었잖아요. 그거를 이제 보면서 좀 어느 정도 좀 필라델피아라는 도시에 대한 좀 사랑이나 좀 이렇게 애정을 좀 더 갖게 되셨는지.
Can you repeat the question? I just didn't understand.
Yeah, I was just wondering if your sort of feeling for the connection of the city of Philadelphia has grown over the course of the Grand Finals. You obviously had a big crowd out tonight that really, loved seeing you guys play, and obviously wanted you guys to win.
Well, the crowd was amazing today and yesterday. That's very true. I think most likely for the guys, the first time where they really felt the city of Philly behind them was probably when they went over there during a stage break. Right, that was, I'd say, probably the biggest first moment of wow, this concept of geolocalization is probably really, really concrete and is going to work out. So I don't know. That's my feeling on the question.
Jeff Weisinger, AM New York. You first off, sorry about the loss. You guys, along with London, were the first teams to participate in the general aspect in esports final of this kind of magnitude with this kind of crowd in an NBA arena. So with that said, from a player's perspective and coaches also, what does this do? What kind of impact do you think this has on esports in New York City, let alone or esports in general going forward?
I think esports has always, been a thing inside people's heart. I feel like, because we made it a big magnitude, like a stadium like this, then people became more comfortable sharing, their passion for esports. I think the more we expose esports, to everyone else, the more they're gonna feel comfortable and the more they're gonna, feel passionate. The more they're gonna support it. So I think this, the match today was just like the first step for the future, and that's it.
Hey guys, Adam from Action Esports. This question is for Poco regarding the defense on Junkertown. There was a moment, and please forgive me if I'm wrong, I haven't had a chance to double check against a VOD, but it looked like you had about 70% ult charge on D.Va, and then for about 2 seconds switched to Soldier, lost the ult charge, and then swap back to D.Va. What happened there?
It's probably because I was in baby D.Va, so I went to the spawn and get the mech back. That's mostly why. I wouldn't do that otherwise.
I don't think it was a bad play, because in Junkertown, the way the map works for the defenders, if we take too long, then they're going to win fights using only one ult. So switching, immediately is very important to keep the momentum going.
Hi, Sam from Overwatch Score. It seemed like London was having a ton of success with their Halt combos, particularly their Halt hooks when Badosin shifted over to Roadhog. Do you think that primarily comes from just gesture in particular with individual skill? Is that something that's positioning? Is that communication? What kind of is the influence or the biggest influence behind them being able to do that so consistently?
I think that's something you work with your team, but it's mostly gesture, being aware of like when he can like do it, and also communication with your hook when he has hook available or not. And I just feel like they're really good on this meta, and Gesture is like really proactive with every movement he does, not only on Orisa. So it's really hard to play against them because they're always pushing you and trying to make plays, and they make you uncomfortable. So that's why they were winning, I think, mostly, because their tanks were like really good, really aggressive, and they create so much space.
So whenever you guys had your most successful and dramatic pushes, it came from big comp changes. What determines when you switch up an entire comp as opposed to staying with your initial hero picks?
It depends on the timing. Obviously, you don't want to switch a comp if you have, still like chances to win fights. But if we're, to be in a situation where we don't have any ults and they have few ults and we have, perfect opportunity to switch comps, then we're gonna go for it. This meta, I feel like, is a lot of, about switching comps and adapting. We're simply not good at executing what we played, but I think our decision-making was good. Simply, the way and our timing and our teamwork was slightly more off than London, and every small mistake in this meta then can cost you like an entire point of map. And so I think we pretty much lost because of, few, mistakes we did as a team. Obviously, it snowballs, and then it seems like they're like big mistakes, but I don't think like that's the case.
All right, guys, we're going to go to Twitch for a question. User XGamerLife asks, who was the most challenging hero for you guys to deal with during the series?
이번에 지금 경기하면서 제일 팀을 좀 이렇게 제일 힘들게 했던 영웅은 상대 팀에서 누가 있을까요?
In my opinion, has been D.Va from Fury. Really annoying to play against him because he's really good timing his matrix, and he pretty much eats every dragon, every graph. I don't know. He's like the best doing that in the world right now.
Yeah, I would say Fury too. I think this meta is one of the best for him. Like the way he plays, I don't know. I don't think there's ever been a meta that fits a player so much. It relies so much on instincts and fast reaction, and I think he is like one of like the best at it, obviously.
Thank you, Philadelphia. We'll see you next season.